What's going on, guys? This is a different kind of video than I usually do, but I'm here with my boy ZippinTv. He wants to say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, today we're doing this like a podcast style kind of video. We're going to be talking about Cold War zombies.
What we
Yeah.
like, dislike, and what we have hopes for. Or
Yep.
should I have said that already? Or
Yeah, well, I was going to say it, but you can say it. I don't care.
okay. So, all right, you're the host, so you carry us
Alright,
through.
Oh, but before we get into that, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Actually, it was only like 4 people, but when I went to go get some water, I literally ate the rest of the corn casserole that was in there. But that stuff is so good. But
Yeah. It was the same here. It was only 4 of us, and we ate a bunch of food.
Yeah, it was just 4, and it was 5 of us actually. It was 5, but
Yeah,
that was about
pretty
it.
good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was okay. It was one of the more lackluster ones, but because of the low turnout. But everything else was pretty good. I mean, like, it was just nice to not be alone because my family's actually out, like, far away. They went on a vacation for a few days, and so I had to go to my grandma's house or my step grandma's house to go eat it. But it's whatever.
Yeah, we just chilled here, ate some food, and my mom forgot to make pie this weekend. So, hey, pies, man! Thanksgiving, my guy. We had some good ass turkey, dude.
Yeah,
it was.
I ate turkey, but I kind of wish I brought home more. But it's whatever.
Yeah, I had some.
Yeah,
mashed potatoes. It's pretty good.
Oh my god! But that's Thanksgiving today, dude. It's crazy. Like how fast time actually flies by. Before we know. But I got a whole bunch of stuff planned for December. Is going to be a content machine. Like, it's gonna be fucking out the ass.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Friday upload schedule, but I do have a few videos planned. So
yeah, I didn't upload for the past 2 days. One day I didn't feel good at all. Like, my throat didn't have any ambition. And today is Thanksgiving, and I was like, okay, well, yes, it's Thanksgiving, but I don't want to miss an upload for 3 days because then I have to work all day tomorrow because of Black Friday. So it's like I don't want to miss 4 days. So I went ahead and made a video today.
I have a video coming out that it's gonna come out Monday, but I haven't even got gameplay. So I don't have to get gameplay for that video. I gotta write down notes for that video because I want it to be more in depth on what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to. I'll have this whole weekend to write down notes and stuff. I'll probably get gameplay tomorrow and write down notes this weekend because I will be gone this weekend. I'll be back Sunday night and I'll get the video together, then have it ready for Monday. So
yeah, the YouTube experience is different when you're starting out, or I mean, just because I've never really pursued it to this level before, and it's interesting.
Yeah, and actually having an upload schedule that I can follow that's not too overwhelming. It gives me time to be able to get gameplay, edit, make some notes, or make a little script if I need to. It's honestly it's a lot less overwhelming to have an upload schedule. Like because most of the time when I'd go through like a while to where I upload a bunch of videos and then go away for like a month. But now I'm actually gonna stay consistent. I have this upload schedule that I can easily follow. I have enough time to get my editing, gameplay, all that done. So it's pretty good. I'm having a fun time with it.
Yeah, I would say that in terms of content production, I used to make Fortnite videos a long time ago, and they didn't do that bad. They were actually picking up some views. But at the time, I really didn't like Fortnite. Yeah. So I didn't want to do something I didn't want to do. And for right now, Cold War is amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
In every aspect. And I don't want to, look back on this moment 2 years from now and think, let's just say that I didn't make these videos. Where would I be in 2 years?
Yeah.
If I didn't make them, I mean, who knows? I might not go anywhere at all. But the idea is, I don't want to have to make COD videos starting out on a game that I didn't like. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that I was going to make videos on Cold War regardless, but I'm glad that it's a good game.
Yeah, the reason I took such a long break is because I was getting bored of just doing Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3 over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Because I
Definitely.
didn't have any new zombies to play. So I was waiting until Cold War comes out, and this game is it's only one map, but it is one of the most replayable zombies experiences I've ever had the honor of playing. It's really good. It's solid, and I'm excited for this DLC cycle. I think it's going to be a good year.
So okay, we'll go ahead and talk about hopes for DLC maps. So or at least I'll put this little bit in for a second.
Yeah.
The DLC maps need to be really, really good, all of them, because I will say that, you know, this isn't the Kino Transit days anymore. You know, it's a different zombies experience with a different player base. A lot of it is the same, but there's a lot of new people as well. And I'm thinking that this doesn't necessarily feel like a Treyarch Zombies experience, to be honest. It's not bad, but
I can see that.
Yeah, this isn't like a typical Treyarch Zombies. And I'm thinking, you know, if we look back on other non-Treyarch Zombies experiences, we have, you know, Infinite Warfare. Zombies in Spaceland was pretty good, but they failed to deliver with every other map. So no one talks about it anymore. You know, people will talk about Keenan or Toten, you know, for the next 100 years. But they're not going to talk about Shall and Shuffle. It's not going to happen. You know, a lot of people might not even know what that is. You know.
Yeah.
So it's
you look at Black Ops 4. Oops, didn't mean to interrupt you. You can go on. Go on.
All right.
My bad.
I'm hoping that in terms of the DLC maps, they need to make a really good first one. Like I'm talking unbelievably good, to the point to where it's better than the first map.
It's kind of like what they did with the Eisendrache.
Yes, it needs to be. In my opinion, I like Shadows more, but I do understand that in terms of fan service, Eisendrache is much better than Shadows of Evil. So I'm thinking, okay, they need to make something that is like that, like something that is so good that it's going to keep people hooked for the rest of the DLC season. Yeah, but they need to stray away from the simplicity of D Machine, whatever map's called, and that's because it's a little bit too simple, I think, for a modern day zombies map. Like the Pack-a-Punch is the easiest thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, there's a lot of like base map simplicity, and they're gonna have to innovate, because if we have just this stale, you know, easy going map. Like, let's say that they don't even change the boss zombie. It's the Megaton on like every single map, right?
Oh, I hope not.
They're, you know, or they just like they have the same weapons, the same perks, the same everything. It's just the map is different, but like it's the same experience on a different map. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
but I'll let you go off about something.
Like I get what you're saying, but with D Machina, you can tell that there's a lot of multiplayer people are coming over to zombies. I feel like this map is. I feel like a base map is good to have a simplistic map, kind of like what they did with BO3, having the giant on there. But it's the difference is it's the base map. It's not a second DLC you get from pre-ordering the game. But I feel as if this is a good start for Cold War Zombies, and I feel like it needs to, like you said, innovate. It doesn't need to be the same experience for every map. But I don't want it to be like BO3 in the way to where every map is so complicated to where you need a tutorial for everything. I've been playing Black Ops 3 for so long, I don't need a tutorial for most things to be able to play every map. But new people aren't going to know how to do everything and know the ins and outs of all the features in that map. So it needs to have that Black Ops 3 complexity, but it also needs to have that simplistic style of like World at War or Black Ops 1. It'll be a whole new zombies experience. That's what it feels like already. And like you said, it does not feel like a Treyarch experience. You look at BO4. BO4 was a bad game, but you could tell it was a Treyarch game. It has every Treyarch game has a certain feel to it, and this one feels different, and I think that's a good thing. So I hope they innovate, keep some simplicity, but also put in some complexity with every map, and that's really what I want. I want good flowing and well-designed maps. That's number one for me, because I don't want a map like, I feel Garage Crovy is not the best flowing map out there, even though a lot of people like it. It is not a good flowing map. It's not, as much as I love it.
It's not a good flowing map. I don't even think D Machine is a good flowing map, and I say it because
I think it's all right.
What's so annoying is having to go through Nocturne and Toten to get to certain places.
Yeah,
that's annoying, because it's like the doors to get to each part of the map are placed in the most inconvenient spots they could have been in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, to get to different places, and that's really aggravating. But I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be doing that often, you know, past like the setup. But
yeah,
I will say that having Nocturne and Toten, in a way, it may have been a good, like, you know, sales pitch as a Zombies map. Like, oh look, it's Nocturne and Toten again. You know, it's a fan favorite map or whatever. But it's not Nocturne and Toten. It's like a whole new experience. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, like, okay, what if the next map is going to be like Verruct, but it's like also the outside or something? All right, you go in the courtyard in the middle, and that's like a big training spot. Like, that could be something. Or, you know, there's so many possibilities with getting a map and like building upon it. But I don't know if I necessarily want to see that for every single map.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've always thought that a really good. Now, I said this before Black Ops 4 came out. I said that the Titanic will be a perfect place for a Zombies map. They failed.
Yeah.
That could have been such a good Zombies map, but they failed so hard. And I wish that they could make like a boat. Like a boat Zombies that is good. Not like... I mean, I just wish that... Honestly, I wish that Voyage of Despair was in Cold War. Like, that's just me, but, you know... I want them to make something original, but don't make something that is so bad to where nobody wants to play it. Because they could just go the safe route and be like, oh, look, guys, we make Keenan or Toten, you know, and everybody's going to play it. But I want them to build upon that if that's the route they take. So
yeah, I don't want them to take that route, because you look at Black Ops 4, every map was a remake. It was basically... I'm not going to say it's what D Machina is, but D Machina is kind of like that, but executed a lot better.
A lot better,
than Blood of the Dead or Tag or, you know, Alpha Omega. I want an original Zombies map. I don't want... I can see using an old fan favorite as a sales pitch, like you said, but I feel like you look at Black Ops 3, those maps were so popular because they were unique and good maps. Black Ops 4, you knew what you were getting, unless you cared about the Chaos maps. I personally didn't, except Ancient Evil. But with every Ether map,
I didn't like any of them.
I thought Ancient Evil and 9 were good. But you look at the Ether maps, Blood of the Dead, Classified, Alpha, Omega, and Tag to Tone. I find it very aggravating that they chose to end the Ether Zombies storyline on a remake. That is one of the worst. That put a really bad stain on BO4 for me, worse than the game itself. But I really hope they do not take that route and I mean, I guess it wouldn't be as bad if the map was like a small part, because I feel like Nocturne and Toten on D Machina is a small part of that map. You barely go in it except for like the first part of the game. After you get out of there, you barely go back unless you're going back to train in the spawn room. It's not a feature of the map that's very apparent. You go to spawn, you go and open up Pack-a-Punch, you do all your shit, and you never really go back to Noct unless you're going to the spawn room or unless you're going through it to get to something else. But,
exactly. Well, like, when do you ever go in like the Christmas light room?
Yeah,
never, unless you're going to get the Wonder Weapon.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. Like, there's no purpose to going in there. Like, it that part of the map almost seems like once that purpose has been fulfilled, it's just like an area. It's just like, oh, this is the spot. You can come here. Like that's, and it's dangerous there. So it's like there's no point in even going there at all. You figure that Nocturne Totem would be like a central hub or something. It would be like Revelations in the sense that like this is where everything goes down. But no, it doesn't feel like that at all. In fact, I think that the Pack-a-Punch bunker room area feels like the center of the map. If I'm, because you have the armor guy there, you have the Pack-a-Punch machine itself, you have some perks down there. Like I feel like that is the more central area than what seems to be the only building on the map. So it's like it's a really, really weird layout. Really weird. Like it's I don't know what to compare it to, but I don't think it's anything that we ever had before in terms of a zombies map. Ever.
Yeah, I'd compare the flow of the map to Gorod Krovi, but not as bad. It's just there's some doors, there's some entrances that are placed in weird places, like for instance that door by that other door in Spawn. Like, why would you ever open that? It's like the boiler room door from Kino. There's some places that you would never go, but like Noct, but you're gonna go down the bunker to get armor and Pack-a-Punch. You're gonna go down the bunker 10 times more in one game than you go to Noct.
Yeah, I find myself a lot of the time while I'm setting up to be in the bunker. Like I don't even go up to the top of the train. I just stay down there and kill zombies and get points. Yeah, like because everything's already down there. Yeah, but all right. Well, look, let's talk about the things that we like so far. All right. So like, okay, I think this is just one of my biggest things. I think that being able to upgrade perks and like skill, like what is it, the field upgrades, I think that's awesome. Yeah, like it gives you a sense of like purpose. Now, although I do have everything fully upgraded, so now it's kind of like,
like okay, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they'll add more stuff. Like I'm assuming, this is what I'm assuming, like every DLC they'll drop like a new perk and like a new field upgrade or something, and like and that would be something you could level up. I do think that, to be honest, the fact that when you prestige and you don't lose it is kind of stupid. Like I don't understand, like what's the point of like progressing through the game if you don't reset upon prestiging? Because it's like, okay, well now I'm level 100 and I've had everything maxed out since I was like level 48 or something. Yeah. Or not actually, not that low, but I would say ever since I was like prestige 1, like level 1, I've had everything fully unlocked. Yeah. So it's like, what's the purpose of me even having to upgrade it if I'm gonna upgrade it in the first 3 days of me playing the game and I already have everything unlocked? So I think that that was kind of like a mistake on their part, and I don't know how they're going to, like, there's no more Ethereum crystals. I haven't earned any in like over a week. So I don't know, what would be the purpose of me earning any, or I don't know what I'm trying to go at with this, but it's, once everything's already upgraded, I get it if I was like a prestige master, right? Everything's already unlocked for me. Everything's already upgraded. Yeah. But normally we're used to this, like, this prestiging system. And after we prestige, you have to redo it all over again, which I'm fine with, me personally. Yeah. I guess right now the only thing that people really work for is camos and like upgrading your weapons, but there's not even weapon kits in this game. You can't like, so like I would say that I like that you're able to upgrade stuff. I think that's cool. But what I dislike is that it ends really abruptly. It's not like a long drawn out process, like 4 weeks after playing, like, oh, I finally fully upgraded my Juggernaut. Like, no, it's like, it's a very easy thing to do. So, but yeah, that's what I would say is it's a cool thing, but it's also like, it also has its problems. Yeah. Like that needs to be addressed, I think, because someone at Treyarch needs to sit down and talk to whoever the lead of zombies is right now and say, look, dog, I've had everything unlocked since day 2. But or upgraded since day 2. But that's just one thing. But I'll let you go.
Yeah, I had my jug. I think me and you both had jug upgraded like after or during day 1 because we played together a lot.
Yeah, it was day 1. Yeah, like
we had a lot of.
Yeah, you get to. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll let you do it.
Yeah. But anyway, we had a lot of stuff upgraded day 1. You get to round 30, you have like what, like how many Ethereum crystals?
5.
Because I feel like,
no,
yeah, like
I can't remember.
As you go up in the rounds, I don't remember either. But you just I feel like they should have either made the perk upgrades themselves cost more Ethereum crystals, or get it to where you get less. Because I feel like when you're constantly earning them, constantly being able to upgrade so fast, the feeling of progression, like you said, abruptly ends, and there's really, unless you really enjoy playing it, there's nothing to work for unless you're going for camos, and even at that, they've nerfed some of the challenges for camos, so it doesn't take that long. But there's really nothing to work for after you get everything upgraded. There's the progression is, I like the feeling of progression in the beginning is great. I love it. Being able to go through and upgrade everything, finally getting something upgraded to tier 3, it's great. But then you get to Prestige 1, you have everything upgraded. What's there left to do unless you want camos? Most people don't really grind for camos that much.
No, I'm not grinding for them.
Yeah,
I'm not going for that. That's too much time.
I've never been a guy to grind for camos. I just enjoy playing the game. So
back in like the old days when I had time, I went for the camos. But my God, like that's okay. Do you have diamond shotguns on zombies yet?
No, I do not. I've not used the Howard because this is another problem I feel. I don't think it's really a problem because every gun can do a lot of damage, but I have this setup that I barely stray away from. I get the spaz, I get the M16, I fully upgrade it, and that's my game. I really do nothing else. I use no other weapons.
Yeah, I agree with that because like I've gotten to the point to where I have a maxed out spaz, and I spawn in with a spaz that has an extended mag that is larger than any magazine you can get while buying it off the wall.
Yeah.
And I just fully upgrade my default spaz that I spawned in with, and it's the best gun in the game. I don't even need to have another weapon. I can just have my fist as my secondary because the weapon is so effective. And it's because of the zombies' health cap that has its pros and its cons. But going back to the camo thing, we'll talk about time management. Okay, that I've used the spaz so much that I've actually gotten really close to getting it gold or whatever the zombies gold is, and all I need is like 800 more headshots, and I'm thinking, oh, this will be easy. I hopped into a game, or at the time I had 1,200 headshots, or I needed to get 1,200. I hopped into a game, and I was like on round 25, just now getting 400 headshots, and I was like, this sucks. This is so much time, and it's like, okay, this is time that I could be putting towards videos, towards other ventures, and I'm sitting here trying to get a stupid gold camo on this weapon that is going to not be that camo is going to be obsolete when the battle pass comes out. When they add really good camos in the battle pass, it's going to completely cancel out the purpose of the dark matter and stuff like that. But it's like, I was thinking, like, I looked at the Howard check because I wanted to get Plague Diamond shotguns, and I might still go for it, but I'm not going to push myself to get it like really quick. I'm just going to get it over time. Yeah. But because if I'm gonna play zombies, I'm gonna use the shotguns. But it's like, I looked at my Howard challenges, and I'm not even able to do some of the challenges yet because the weapon isn't leveled up enough. So it's like, okay, that's annoying. It just takes too long, and it almost seems like it's not really worth it for me to use my time on something so stupid. Yeah. But that's just me. I get that it gives you something to do, but that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like,
when it comes to camos, I enjoyed getting camos in like the older COD games. Not much BO3 just because I bought the like the deluxe Zombies Chronicles edition and it already gave me a bunch of camos to use. So I didn't really see the point in going for camos. But I feel like going for camos was killed in BO4. The BO4 challenges for getting camos, especially in zombies, was insane. It
awful,
was
awful.
so many headshots with like each weapon. I believe I think it was every weapon you had to get a certain amount of headshots, and they went up to I maybe
Thousands.
100,000, a hundred
Like
thousand. I think somewhere around there. I can't
I
remember,
only
but it
got
was atrocious.
I only got one weapon gold in that game on zombies, and that was the ICR.
Yeah,
And
same.
it was because that was the weapon on the wall on classified that was right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I always
And
played classified.
yeah, because I'm not playing anything else. And but I realized that okay, I don't even like this zombies game that much, like right now. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm pushing myself to get this gold camo on this ICR that the gold doesn't even look that good because they have better camos in the battle pass.
Yeah, I think it was called like
Or
Dusk, wasn't it? Was it like
I don't fucking
Dusk?
know.
The
I don't
gold? I
know.
can't remember.
But it's like you can buy like the Afterlife camo for like $4 or something from the stupid clickbait shop they had in that game. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, if I really want my gun to look cool, I'm gonna buy the Afterlife camo. I'm not gonna for $4. Hell yeah, I would rather spend $4 than or however much it cost. I would rather spend that much than have to go through the entire grind of getting dark matter because guess what? By the time that I finally get it, the new game's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's no purpose in it. Now if you're like a big multiplayer guy or something, if you're like a content creator that actually goes for those kinds of things, that's good. You know, that's your job. But for me, it's like I have so many other things that I could be doing.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to burn myself out on a game because of camo challenges. Like that's for multiplayer as well. Like I'm not gonna go for dark matter or whatever it is on multiplayer. And I've played the crap out of it. I love it, but I'm not going for it. So
yeah, it's the camos are insane in this game. One thing I wanna bring up is the HUD. Now, the HUD was a big thing coming off of Black Ops 4. The HUD in Black Ops 4. Why do I need a visual of my gun while I'm holding it? Why do I need to see a visual of my freaking elixirs? Why do I need any of this? It's so bad. I honestly don't understand what they were thinking when making that HUD. Like, what was wrong with the Black Ops 3 HUD? There was nothing wrong with it. Like, Black Ops 4, like, I watched a Tim Hansen video and he said it perfectly. Black Ops 4 is fixing things that aren't broken. The perk system, the HUD, the core gameplay, really. Again, like, the perk system, I feel, was one of the most important things coming from Black Ops 4 into Cold War, because we did not want another Black Ops 4 perk system, because they tried to eliminate crutch perks, but in doing that, they added crutch perks like Dying Wish, Quick Revive, Stamina Up, and
exactly, yeah. You're never gonna stray away from certain things. Like
whatever you use, when you use it often, you're not gonna go and, hey, I'll use this new thing. You're gonna get comfortable with the setup that you currently made. You're gonna get comfortable with it, and you're not gonna stray away from it. For example, in Cold War, I always use the Spaz and M16. Unless I get the ray gun, I'm not using anything else. You get comfortable with a setup and you don't stray away from it. That's why the BO4 perk system failed. On paper, it sounds good, getting rid of crutch perks, having the perks play more to your playstyle. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. There's crutch perks in that game that you would need to better your chance of survival. It's bad, and you can talk about that if you want to.
Well, I'll say it like this: in terms of like crutches, not just perks, but everything, that started in Black Ops 3, and it was on a pretty massive scale. I would not play zombies on Black Ops 3 unless I had In Plain Sight and Alchemical Antithesis in my Goblin loadout. I would have to have those two every single time because they were so reliable. Like they're good at what they're doing, you know. And then it's like going for weapons. When I played Horizon Drac, I don't hit the box. I get a bow and I pack a bunch of KRN. That's it. So that's all you gotta do. Like you gotta have a bow and you gotta have a Panzer Slayer. And you know, like I would say back in Black Ops 2, you know, you could pack a punch some goofy gun from the box and just use it. You know, like it doesn't really matter. Same thing with Black Ops 1. It feels like you can use a lot of just stupid stuff and still have a good experience. But in the newer zombie games, it feels like, you know, I would say even more so now than ever, especially with the whole loadout system and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I find myself that when I play zombies now, I don't even hit the box like early on. I don't buy any wall weapons at all anymore because I can spawn in with a spaz that is going to be better than the one you buy off the wall. And I find like today I was playing with a friend of mine, Observant 553. That's his name.
Yeah, I played with him before.
Oh yeah, but you know, I realized I was like running out of ammo in my spaz, and I swapped to my secondary, and it was my fist. And I was like, oh, I don't have a secondary because I had spent all of my salvage to upgrade the rarity of the weapon, and I had spent all of my money on pack-a-punch weapon. And that's a big thing that I'm actually against in this game, and that is the pack-a-punch upgrading. You know, it goes from 5,000 to 15,000 to 30,000. It wouldn't be so bad if the point system wasn't awful.
Exactly.
The point system is so awful that it's either you have to pick something. You have to pick either, okay, I'm going to fully pack a punch. I'm going to spend, I believe it's 50,000 points to fully upgrade something. I'm going to spend 50,000 points in total to make this spaz the best it can be. Or I can have two weapons that are pretty decent around 30. So either have one weapon that's super good around 30, two weapons that are both pretty good around 30. They're decent. They get the job done. Or you can have one good weapon and all 6 perks. Or two mediocre weapons, all 6 perks.
Yeah.
That's why whenever I play this map, I find myself only having Jug and only having an upgraded spaz. That's it. Yeah. I don't have any other perks. I don't have anything because it's like, okay, well, what's the point in me buying Speed Cola? You know, that's like because the perks get more expensive the more you buy them. So it's like, what's the purpose of me spending all this money on these perks that I can lose when I go down, when I could just pack-a-punch this weapon and make it stronger to ensure that I won't go down? Yeah. That's just me, though.
Yeah, to elaborate on the setup thing, the loadout, I feel like it wasn't I feel like it wasn't as big of a problem in BO3 as it was in BO4, just because with that, yes, they were adding new things, but it wasn't changing the core gameplay and the core of zombies as much as they tried to in BO4. So I feel like that's why people didn't have as much of a problem with it. I feel like people, me and you, we have a problem with, like you said on Horizon Drac, you get a KRM, you get a bow. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And I find myself, like, even on Shadows, just get really any double-pathed weapon of the Apothecary Servant. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
And I just feel in BO4 they tried to change the core gameplay, the core roots of zombies so much, trying to eliminate all the crutch things, trying to eliminate basically staying with the same setup every game. But they did that, they failed miserably, because for one, they tried to change the core roots of zombies, and two, in doing that, they added more crutch things in there. So
yeah,
I feel like this game, it has the same problem as BO3. I don't think it's as bad as BO4, because a lot of things are reverted back to how it was in, I'd call it OG zombies. So there's a problem with it, but I feel like it's more on the scale of BO3 and not BO4.
Yeah. This zombies mode certainly has its problems, but I find myself enjoying it.
Yeah.
My two biggest dislikes of it, the point system and the megaton is way too strong. Way too like that's unbelievable. Like I get that the zombies have a health cap and you gotta even it out, but that is awful. Like try using a not spaz on round 35.
Or a ray gun. The M16 is good
yeah.
against them too. I'd recommend it because the M16 is a high fire rate. Just saying.
Yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like imagine using like anything else, like trying to kill that guy. Yeah, it's so bad. And then when he splits, that's really annoying. But I would say that even though it has these things that I don't like, I still like it. I don't know what it is about this zombies, and I don't think anyone really has a clear answer.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's not what we're used to, but it's not bad. Maybe it's because we were wanting something new. Because here's how I look at it. Like, yes, it would be nice to have like another Black Ops 3 run, you know, to where it's like I love those maps.
Yeah.
But I will say that having a zombies that is universally like the same with multiplayer in terms of leveling up and stuff, that's important. I don't think it's good for multiplayer, but I think it's good for zombies. And or this is what I say. I think it's good because you can level up your weapons in zombies, and it goes to multiplayer. Because some of the guns are really good with certain attachments, but they're really horrible without them. So you'd be better off going into zombies, unlocking the attachments, and then going back into multiplayer. Being able to level up across both game modes is how I'm level 100.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be level 100 if it wasn't for that. So I think it makes the two game modes like kind of aligned. Like I think they sort of run parallel together. Like, you know, a lot of people that play this game can go back and forth between zombies and multiplayer and have a good experience on both modes, regardless of whatever mode is your favorite. I would say that as of right now, I like the multiplayer a little bit more in zombies, just because obviously it's multiplayer, it's infinite replayability, but it's like, and the zombies map, D-Machine, it's getting a little stale.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit stale, and that's why I find myself, you know, not necessarily. I've already beaten Easter egg and stuff. It's like I don't really. I don't really find myself like, you know, hopping on it to even level up anymore because I mean, shit, I'm level 100, so I'm only gonna play it to either level up weapons or. I mean, that's really it. That's all I can do now. So, but I'll say things that I like. I like the grenades. Like, that's cool. I like the training spots. I think that's cool. I love the atmosphere of the map. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that it seems like they put time into it, which is nice. Yeah. And you know, it doesn't just feel rushed. It probably was, to be honest, but it doesn't feel like it. And that is my reasoning for why it's good. The score streaks are cool. All of the new stuff that is good is what makes the map good. Because there is no like of the old stuff. You know, they did do some new things good, some new things bad. The point system is bad, but like the armor system is pretty cool. Yeah. So there's certain good things and certain bad things, but I'll let you talk because you're
I want to elaborate on what you were saying about the universal leveling system between multiplayer and zombies, and then we'll probably end it here soon because we're probably getting around 30 minutes. Yeah. But I feel like you look at Black Ops 3, I feel like this zombies mode has a bigger audience than Black Ops 3, just because in Black Ops 3, again, you have to level up separately to earn all your stuff and, you know, to get the things you needed. And in BO3, most of the maps were complicated and you needed a tutorial to play the map, really, especially Zetsubo. And you look at this map. This map, you can go in, you can level up your weapons for multiplayer. That's one thing that probably invites multiplayer players to zombies. And plus, the map is really straightforward. You turn on power, you get Pack-a-Punch. It's a really easy Easter egg as well. And you just go to wherever round you want to. And it's a lot more welcoming than BO3 just because of its universal level between multiplayer and zombies. A lot more multiplayer people are playing zombies on Cold War. And plus, you don't need a PhD to do everything on the map. You don't need to be a freaking college professor to know how to do everything. It's easy and straightforward, and I think this helps with bringing a bigger audience, audience that hasn't already played zombies to zombies. So I feel like Treyarch really hit the bullseye with this. It's good. So
they brought in a lot of new players. Yeah. It might be, I'm sure most of the players just hopped on to level up their weapons or get XP or whatever, but surely it made some people think like, okay, this is pretty cool zombies. And I will say that it does come at a cost, and zombies feels a little more corporate. Like it doesn't feel like there's like that much of like the zombies allure that we felt. Like I don't feel anything in this game.
Yeah,
in terms of like
the story is not on fleek.
Well, no, it's not that. I just don't know anything about it. Like there's nothing that's like, there's no trailers. There's no like, I mean, there's trailers, but there's not like, how before Black Ops 3 came out, they had like so much story stuff, like teaser trailers for like each of the characters and stuff. Like, and the cutscenes made you like think like, okay, we're really going somewhere, Like the cutscene for D Machine, like before the map loads in, it's Weaver talking to his people, and then like the Russians found something or whatever. Like I don't even know what it means. And on the side of my screen that pop up, they're talking. I don't really care about any of them, like at all. It's like, okay, what are these doctors talking about? Like, oh, this old base drag had, or like Shadow, like, or all those maps. Like there's something about those, like just the atmosphere really made those maps. Like, dude, that is, and in Shadows of Evil, it's a very warm, colorful map. It's very like, a lot of things that Black Ops 3 did really good in terms of setting the tone for zombies. Black Ops Cold is important. And it's because like, okay, well, where are we at now? We're in the jungle or something. I don't know, but it's like, they're gonna have like a nice lore. When I did the Easter egg, dude. Normally when I do Easter eggs, I'm like all over it. I didn't care about the story at all during the Easter egg. I didn't care. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just just might as well get it over with. There's no ending cutscene. There's nothing. Yeah, you don't even understand what you're doing. You're just kind of like there doing something. Like all I know is that Die Maschine is where everything started. Yeah. That's all I know. And that these operators that have no significance at all. The guys that we play as, because it's different characters every time. Yeah. We're just there, like, doing a special ops mission. Like, and then, but the actual main characters of the story are the guys that we're not actually playing as. It's the guys that are talking off to the right of the screen. So, it's they did good on the gameplay aspect, but the story is nowhere. Yeah. So I want to elaborate what you were saying about the story, and then we'll end it. But in Black Ops 3 and really all the other zombies games, even BO4, having playable characters that had significance in the story, and those characters through dialogue were able to convey the story to you. Not having playable characters set to that map, set to that story in Cold War really hinders the game storyline wise. And also not having like ending cutscene. I hope they have ending cutscenes in the next maps, but in
Also, the story isn't really conveyed through the map as well as like Dries and Drac, Shadows, and all those other maps. You don't really know anything about the story unless you do the Easter egg. But then you don't really care what you're doing in the Easter egg because the story isn't even that clear. So, what I'm trying to say here is I feel the hindrance on the story starts with the characters. I don't like you said about the characters that talk on your screen. You don't care about them. You don't care. You're just there to play the game. There's no significance. Like there was significance in like in the Giant when Rick Toffin's talking about the whole 115 thing and Max significant quotes that were significant in the story. Collect the souls of the 1.0 characters. That was the gist of the story, and it was simple to follow, and it was a good story. Cold War, what is the story? I don't know. I hope I find out in the next map, but I'd like to know. So
yeah, they got some things to work on, but it's good overall. But,
yeah,
yeah.
Well, that's gonna be it for this podcast. I'm just gonna name it like episode 1. I'll have to think of a name for the podcast, but yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed this style of video. I definitely like having conversations like this. Hopefully you do too, Justin.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, well, I guess we'll see you in the next one. You want to say anything before I end it?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.